Number 5 is Josh Allen. I know he doesn't have a ring. Outside of Josh Allen, outside of Patrick Mahomes, privately, if the Bills called every single team in the league and offered him, everybody except Kansas City should take him. I don't care. I don't care if it's Cincinnati. Burrow's been hurt multiple times. He is the most physically gifted quarterback in the league's history. And I was a Elway zealot. Nothing like him. 6'6", 250, all about team, jumps over linebackers. He's more talented than Mahomes. He is. He's bigger, he's stronger, his arm's as strong. Number 5, Josh Allen.
Well,
it's interesting. Why shouldn't the Chiefs get rid of Patrick Mahomes for Josh Allen? You guys know what I think. I think he's more talented than Mahomes. I've been saying that now for well over a year. That was one of my first takes I think I ever even had on this channel. But the list is interesting. You know, it's Colin's spectacular 7 untradeable players in American sports. Caitlin Clark, Mahomes, Ohtani, Joyk, Allen, Judge Daniels. I've already made separate videos for Jane Daniels, Mahomes, Caitlin Clark as well, and now Josh Allen. So there'll be a little bit of overlap if you've watched any of those other videos, but I tried to really not talk about Josh Allen in any of the other videos. So I want to make this all about Josh Allen. And yeah, I mean, listen, the only reason why you would even remotely consider moving on from a Josh Allen is nothing to do with field play. He's clearly proven. Anyone who says that he's come up small in big moments and all this, like, it's just gaslighting to the max. And that word gets so overused, but it's just like it's gaslighting to the max. And he has not been the problem by any stretch of the imagination. He's just been as special as they come. But you would consider moving on from, if you're a franchise, when you're factoring other things like popularity and finances. You know, it's not just on the field, because when he's talked about, like, Caitlin Clark, he's talked about how much money she's worth and the amount of revenue that she generates and whatnot. And Patrick Mahomes has that too as well, especially Josh Allen. Less so Josh Allen, less so in terms of popularity. Patrick Mahomes clearly has more popularity. And so I'm sure the Kansas City Chiefs and anyone else who's in a position to actually, like, legitimately monetize off the name of someone off of these players, like, you know, you own the Chiefs, or, you know, whatever it may be, the Fever, you're probably able to make more money on a Mahomes than an Allen. And I think that, you know, NFLPA list shows that as well. Like, Josh Allen didn't even beat out CJ Stroud or Jaden Daniels. Jalen Hurts is understandable, and even Saquon Barkley is understandable because they just won the Super Bowl. But Josh Allen's number 6. So that's the only reason why, if you're thinking about these other things. And to be clear, I'm just trying to think of, you know, a more pulled back way to kind of look at this, not just on the field, you know, because that, to me, that's a no-brainer. But if you're looking at it from, like, a slightly more like, well, I like to make lots of money, so, you know, what can we do here? You would consider it, quite frankly. Yeah, you could also make the argument, though, if Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills can start winning Super Bowls, that they would be, you know, more popular than Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that's fair, right? If you keep winning Super Bowls, you're going to be more popular. Jalen Hurts goes back-to-back and wins another Super Bowl. Saquon Barkley balls out. I can't imagine that Patrick Mahomes would still be above. It would have to be Squad and Jalen, you know, and then maybe it depends, I guess, whoever is the opposing team, potentially. But yeah, it's just interesting to me, because for my Patrick Mahomes video, I talked about, like, I use Lamar Jackson as a placeholder because I know everybody loves Lamar. He's also a hypermobile quarterback, obviously, and a great quarterback. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of people would be upset that, like, he's not up there. But the reality is as great as Lamar has been, and I think Lamar has been a better quarterback for the last couple of years than Patrick Mahomes. At the end of the day, though, I am still, without a shadow of a doubt, taking Patrick Mahomes, right? Just because of his ability to also just run and execute an offense, let alone him actually stepping up in these huge moments, right? Just the lack of mistakes that he actually makes. And I feel the exact same way with Josh Allen. And as much as I say that Josh Allen is a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes, And I do firmly believe that. I do think, though, because we've seen it more regularly, because he's been in that position more regularly and has been more supported by his team and coaching staff more regularly, we've seen Patrick Mahomes be able to be more successful in some of these other bigger moments. And so it's like if you were given this weird situation where they're like, you can pick right now, man, you're going to go, you have the Super Bowls tomorrow. Which quarterback are you going to pick? It's like you would think about, like, what, Patrick Mahomes, especially at this point, you're like, he's got the experience. We've seen him do it more, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm still a firm believer that it has not been Josh Allen that has come up short or has failed. And I've already made those videos a million times. So I'm certainly not going to do it here. But yeah, to me, I can't find a realistic scenario, right? A true realistic scenario where you're like, you can pick your quarterback. Who's it going to be? Because Josh Allen scratches all the boxes in terms of the different scenarios that I like to try to figure out. Well, what do you need a quarterback for? And like I keep using for my Lamar Jackson anal example, compared to Patrick Mahomes, it's like I will take Patrick Mahomes over Lamar Jackson every single day of the week. But if I don't have a good coach, I don't have a great team, I have no run game, my defense is a mess, it's like, give me Lamar Jackson over Patrick Mahomes because Lamar Jackson can do more, especially at this point in their career. And so it's just like I feel as though Lamar Jackson would be more resilient in those moments. But if you're talking about being on a great team, great defense, great offense, great coaching staff, it's like, all right, I know Lamar Jackson will thrive, but like so will Patrick Mahomes, and I believe Patrick Mahomes, I have more confidence and faith in that. But that's where Josh Allen does it all. If you have a great team and an amazing team and a great coaching staff, give me Josh Allen. No problems there. If your team is a mess, you have a bad O-line, bad defense, bad receivers, bad run game, it's like, all right, give me Josh Allen. He can overcome it. So that's to me is where the differences lie. That's why to me Josh Allen is that next level quarterback that I am taking him over every single quarterback. As much as Jay Daniels has shown to be mobile, or even a Jalen Hurts or whatnot, I have more confidence that Josh Allen can take the beating of a really bad O-line of no run game. Whatever it is, they can just really tee off on him. Bad coaching that's just not, giving him a lot of outs when dealing with pressure and whatnot. I believe that Josh Allen will at least be able to endure it better than any of these other quarterbacks. And that's what I'm saying. Like, no matter how you kind of want to define it, no matter what lens you want to look at it through, it's just like, where's the knock on Josh Allen? It doesn't exist. And I already know just even asking that question. Yeah, it doesn't exist except for the rings that he doesn't have. And it's like, that's when we just kind of keep going in circles, because it's like, sure, whatever you say. Like there's people that actually believe that if Josh Allen was only the Kansas City Chiefs, that he still wouldn't have won a Super Bowl. And it's like that, just ask that Q if you ever get in a debate with anyone. Just ask that question. And if they say no, then you're not talking to someone who has a good understanding of what's actually going on here. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Josh Allen being number 5 on Colin's Spectacular 7 on tradable players in American sports? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights. Ultimately, let's just have some fun, and please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.